Good morning, writers. Today, our writing involves a picture. And you know what? I chose a book without a picture today, except for on the cover. Okay? So, the book I chose today is The World According to Mr. Rogers. Important Things to Remember. There's that special sweater. And it says, Fred Rogers. This is a very special book to me. And that's the only picture throughout the whole book. But there's something in the center of this book that I thought was really, really important. And I wanted to share it with you today. I didn't want to wait. It says, the greatest gift you ever give is your honest self. That just means that you just try to do your very best work. And so today, I hope that you think about that quote. Now on to a photograph or a picture of somebody that might look familiar to you. He's going to be my helper today. That's right, Mr. Rogers. And boys and girls, next to Mr. Rogers is this wonderful quote that we've already talked about this year. I'd like to read it to you. When I was a boy, I would see scary things in the news. My mother would say to me, look for the helpers. You will always find people who are helping. Well, Mr. Rogers is going to help us with our writing today. Today, my friends, I want you to think about a helper that you've noticed recently doing a very important job for other people. One of my helpers has always been Mr. Rogers. He's helping me today, isn't he, with my writing lesson. That's pretty fun that he could join me today with this great quote and with this great book. Well, today we're going to think about the many special helpers that are living in our homes, that are living in our communities, in our state, in our country, in our world. And I want you to think about somebody who does a special job that is very, very important to all of us. I thought, and I came up with a list of helpers: nurses, doctors, grocery store workers, parent teachers, people who pick up our garbage. There's just so many different helpers. But I went back to the grocery store because I'm visiting the grocery store and I'm noticing some very important things, maybe things I've never noticed before. And I noticed that there's lots of food, and I noticed that there are things like writing notebooks like this that I can buy. I noticed that there's special clothes that are still in some stores that you can pick up. And I started to think, how do these things that we need and we want get to the stores? And then I started thinking, oh, those semi trucks that go down the road? Yeah. And I started thinking, does everything travel to the store on a truck? I'm thinking, I think that's what happens. So I decided to choose a truck driver. Truck drivers, because there's many more than one. And I decided I was going to put thank you truck drivers on my picture. And you'll see that there's this piece of equipment here. I guess they're called an 18-wheeler. You can't see some of the wheels, but they have a gazillion wheels on them. And some of them are pretty fancy-dancy. Notice mine says special delivery. And then on the door it says speedy and safe. Yep, truck drivers have to be pretty speedy and safe to get things delivered to stores and warehouses. And then I got to thinking about this truck here, this fancy-dancy truck, and I started thinking, you know what? That is great. That is a great piece of equipment, but that truck's not going anywhere unless there is an expert driver to drive it, right? So I thought, wow, what would it be like with no trucks on the road? I have a feeling our stores and our warehouses would be pretty empty. Yeah, we owe a lot to truck drivers. They bring us everything we want or need that we buy from the store, from warehouses. So today, I'm thinking about truck drivers. And I'm writing, thank you, truck drivers. I sketched this first really lightly, and then I went over it with dark pencil. And I may color it, I may not. It's okay just the way it is, I think. And then I tried to remember all the detail. Of course, I talked to you about the truck detail, but I want you to look over here. Keep trucking, it says on his hat. And do you see this packet right here? Well, there's a little plastic pocket cover with a pen in it. Pen's a pretty important tool for a truck driver. You have to check off the things that they deliver. You have to make sure that they don't forget anything in the truck at their stop. So today, boys and girls, for writing, you're doing a pre-write. You're drawing a picture of a helper that you have noticed in the recent weeks. A helper that's been very important to you, to your family, possibly to everybody. So, this is what your writing is today. Now, I want to remind you of where we started. And I'd like to read Mr. Rogers' quote one more time. The greatest gift you ever give is your honest self. Boys and girls, today, please give the gift of being your honest self. I'm looking forward to your drawings, and I'm looking forward to you putting it in the slideshow. You can do that today. That would be slide number 4. You can do that tomorrow. But I do want to see it in your slideshow. Slide 1, I'd like your Oreo writing. Slide 2, I'd like your Oreo writing. Slide 3, page 152 in math. And slide 4 will be your picture of the helper you are looking for. So happy writing, my friends. Remember, you're honest, give your honest self. That's what I'm going to try to do today. Have fun drawing, my friends. See you later. Bye.